Hey dolls, welcome to Plastic Chic's Closet. So today we are doing another unboxing, and we are unboxing another Jason Wu doll from the last presentation. So this was actually the second doll that was presented during the 2025 Jason Wu Poppy Parker collection. And she is, well, you probably know who it is already. So this is basically Sunkiss in St. Barths. And this one, the same as the other ones, she comes with a sleeve that is like a sagey green, and her box is a typical Jason Wu box that's white, and it has a Jason Wu black lettering over it. But let's go ahead and open her up. This is probably my favorite doll from this collection. It's because I believe she is light honey, and we don't usually see a lot of light honey dolls being used, especially the last couple of years. And I was actually really excited when this doll was revealed. The promos of this doll was a little questionable, but I had no doubt because of that screening that she would be gorgeous. And so far, out of the 3 that I've received, this is probably my favorite one. It's just the color of her skin tone with that screening is just immaculate. Like the brows on this girl, like look how stunning she is. And you should see some of the photographs that people have taken of her, especially Junar dolls. His pictures of this doll is just gorgeous, and it's amazing. And his restyling and then redressing, I actually got inspired to redress her in the same manner. You'll see later on, but here she is. This is Sunkiss in St. Barths. And if you are wondering, this look was actually the opening look, I believe, for their spring 2011 runway show. Of course, this doll comes with this trench coat that has the polka dot lining, and the polka dot lining was supposed to mirror Anniversary Kiss. It's that Poppy Parker collection that we got in 2019. And here she is again. Sunkiss in St. Barths. Here's her outfit. I do love the monotone, kind of like a almost monochrome, like quiet luxury that we have going on here. And her skin tone, that's probably one of the best assets of this doll. And she almost kind of have like a bleach brow moment because her eyebrows kind of match her skin tone. And as you know, if you've been watching my channel, I am a big fan of bleach brows on dolls. I think it's just a gorgeous look. It's not for everyone, but for me, I cannot stop staring at this doll. And I hope to everyone that won this doll that you guys enjoy her and redress her, because I cannot wait to see how people redress her, because I have a couple options I have in mind that I'm going to show you all. But first, let's go ahead and unbox her. Let's get her out of the box. And this one is actually kind of pretty easy to take off compared to Iconic Moment and Portrait in Black 2. But let's see. So she is an edition size of 800, so we got 392 out of 800. So there is more of this doll. Iconic Moment was an edition size of 500, and then Portrait in Black was a edition size of 300. And she also came with this clear Poppy Parker stand. But let's go ahead and unbox her. Let's get her out of the box. So while we're doing this, if you are still watching this video and you like my content and you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Alright, while we take her out of the box, I know some of the collectors who really wanted this doll wasn't able to get him, but definitely let me know if you're one of the lucky 800 people that was able to win her. And oddly enough, I am just going to keep it to myself and I'm not going to argue. She is not as expensive as the other 3 dolls resale value wise so far at Second Market. She is the one that's actually I won't say the cheapest. She's the less expensive option out of the 4. She's the one that for some reason everyone, I would say, is sleeping on. But I'm just happy to be able to have this doll. And also a big shout out to Paolo. Paolo is Paolo Doll Photography on Instagram. He is the one that actually gave me this doll, in terms of he was the one that won her through lottery and he gave me his takeover. Thank you so much, Paolo. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. Salamat po. Salamat sa doll. Okay, now let's take a closer look of this doll. Isn't she stunning? I also love that the lining of this trench coat is polka dots. Find it such a fun detail. And I don't know if you guys noticed, there's something on her face that's bugging me. There's some sort of like, kind of like a white streak. I don't know if you see it. It's not like a sweaty not as sweaty looking as the other two, Iconic and Portrait in Black, but there's something there that I might need to wipe off later. And these shorts are so cute. I don't know. They're cute on her, but I feel like it will look cuter on a new face body. We shall see later. Let's see, what else do we have? Her hair is, of course, gelled. She has this 60s bump it hair. I don't really care for that hair. I feel like this look would have been better with like just like a loose hair middle part, or just even a ponytail. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of the hair, because the hair doesn't match the outfit. That was the only disconnect. And of course, she also came with her set of accessories. So she came with these like greenish blue slingbacks, or like kitten heel slingbacks, and also a matching green purse. She also comes with gold accessories, so gold earrings and just black sunglasses. And she also come with a set of grip hands, and the same as the other two, Portrait in Black and Iconic, her nail polish matches her lip color, which I think is a really cute detail. But let's go ahead and open this up. So here is the purse. So it's green. I feel like I actually would call this like a blue-green color. And I think he picked this color is because to maybe mimic the water of St. Barths, which is kind of like this color of a blue-green, like a turquoise almost. But I think that's where the Sunkiss and St. Barths came from, just to mimic the water. And it's just one of those purse. It has gold accents and it does open up. I don't want to break it, but it does open if you want to put some things in it. And the next thing that we're going to open are the slingbacks. So the slingbacks are not your normal high-heeled shoe for Poppy Parker, because she actually only comes with, she only comes with one pair of feet. Usually they give us a high-heeled option and a flat feet. She only comes with flat feet. And they gave us this blue-green slingback kitten heel, and has that little cute bow detail on the front. And of course, there's also a little buckle on the side as well. Also, one thing to note, I really like that this color is actually different. Not your normal black pair, pink pair, red pair. I actually don't have a lot of shoes in this color tone. It's probably maybe my first in this color tone as well. So thank you, Jason. Thank you for adding more color selection to our doll's wardrobe. And I do love the construction of these slingbacks. I actually think we've seen this shoe before. It's been done before. And I just have to dig through my Poppy Parker collection for shoes. I feel like that's a shoe that's been done before. But if it's new, definitely let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. All right, so let's keep opening up the accessories that she came with. Of course, she came with a pair of just like regular black sunglasses. We've seen this multiple times in other dolls. I think I have maybe 5 different pairs of the same sunglasses. And she also comes with this gold earrings. So they're just like regular gold hoop earrings. And aside from gold earrings, she also comes with a gold bracelet. Let's go ahead and take those out. And if you're needing more content from me, or if you'd like to see more content, do follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at plastic_chic. I do post pretty often there, so definitely give me a follow. So let's go ahead and put on her accessories. I also want to know, are you guys opening her to the people that ended up getting St. Barths, or are you keeping her in the box? She's definitely going to be a grail. a couple years down the road. I even think she's currently a grail now, especially when people start seeing her redressed and restyled, especially with that screening. I feel like these are one of those Poppy Parker screenings that gets like a following a year or two from now. And when I say a following, it's definitely going to have like its own cult following. Everyone's going to remember the 2025 Jason Wu Poppy Parker collection. So all we're doing right now is actually putting on all of the accessories that she came with. I just wanted to see her fully complete with all of the items that she came with. So I just placed the bangle on her, technically her left hand. And we have the shoes on, we have her purse there on the floor. And we're just admiring the details. I do love the details of the trench coat. And I don't know if she needs the sunglasses. Well, she do in a way, and depends on what kind of like look you're going for or what style. But I feel like she doesn't really need the sunglasses, especially for photos or videos, is because she's stunning. Who wants to cover that gorgeous eye of her? That eye screening is amazing. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this new screening. And I heard the whole screening was actually done by Yingji. And Yingji, I just need to congratulate you on such a beautiful design on this screening. Thank you for giving us this gorgeous eye screening for these girls. It's just, chef's kiss. All right, now since we took out that hair netting of hers, you see the hair is pretty much gelled through the back. And one thing I noticed, this type of hairstyle have been done multiple times, and I have a couple dolls with this hair. This hair seems a little thinner than the normal, but it's okay because I feel like I'm going to end up giving her a ponytail later on. Not now, but I feel like she's going to end up with a ponytail. And here she is, sun-kissed in St. Barth's. We added the sunglasses for this first like overall look, just to give you the full look that Jason had in mind when she was being designed. But I think the model on the runway actually from the spring 2011 did come out with those sunglasses, so it's like just a direct copy. But I feel like the sunglasses that was used on the runway was more of like an brown, like an ombre brown, and they chose black, so that's a little kind of just like some detail that I wish they would have used a tortoise type of framing with like an ombre brown lens. I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead. And one thing I really wanted to do was to show you the trench coat, because there are details on this trench coat that I really love. Aside from the lining, there's certain button details that I love that they added on here. And also this is like a real miniature trench coat because they added even little details that I love that was included. So one of the details I love that they added are the sleeve loops. The sleeve loops are these, like, I would describe them as like the belt buckles on your arms on the sleeve. And look at this lining. This lining is gorgeous with the polka dots. And not only they added the sleeve loops, they added a storm. This is what you call that, a storm shield, the one that flaps in the back. I love the sleeve loops on these. These is such great details. And then they also added the epaulettes, which are like the shoulder straps, or like that has the buttons. And I'll definitely be displaying these. And aside from that, you saw the collar also had the lining, and just those little details I really love. And I think the only thing that was missing was like a back vent. A back vent is basically like a slit in the lower back of the trench coat. That's the only thing that was missing. And let's not forget, aside from that beautiful trench coat, she's wearing this kind of like, I would call this maybe like a resort look. The resort look technically has this crisp white button up. And of course she has her like loose shorts. And I don't know if you can see that little shine on her forehead. I might be able to use like the 70% alcohol that someone recommended to try to take it off. But here she is. Here's Sunkissed in St. Barth's again with her full look, minus the sunglasses, and of course half of the trench coat off, so you can just see a peekaboo of that polka dot on the collar. And with this, like with her post like this, I really loving the doll. So let's go ahead and take off her other items because I wanted to show you guys the in-depth. All right, all we're doing here is basically trying to pick apart the ribbon. So it is attached with like a little bead button, so that would be really that'll be fun putting it back on later on. But here is her bow. It is attached through the back of the neck, so it is removable. And her crisp white button up is actually snap buttons. They're not those usual hooks that we get from Integrity Toys. I feel like lately we've been actually seeing more snaps from Integrity Toy dolls rather than the normal hook and thread, which I actually kind of like. But it does take out that whole fantasy of something like that's luxurious, that's scaled down. And also one thing missing here are those little tiny buttons we used to get on these like white shirts. Like, where are the small little buttons? They technically kind of skimped out on those. All right, but the overall look, I do love like a very simple, basic, like kind of like I said, resort wear. This would be great if you're just like trying to do a casual doll look with the white top and then the shorts. But let's go ahead and take off the belt. Definitely, if you have this doll and you're trying to take off the belt, definitely be careful. The belt fabric they use is very thin and kind of delicate, so I will not basically I'm warning you now, but I know for me, I will probably end up ripping this if I do put it back on later on. But when I said the hook and thread, it's on the shorts, but not on the, whatchamacallit. It's not on that white button up that she has on. I wish this was the time they actually put that hook and thread so that the button up would look cleaner and sleeker. And as you can see, the shorts, they're not as clean as they used to, expecting it from Integrity Toys. Usually some of the shorts are even lined. This one was definitely not lined, and you can see where they sewed the edges and put it together. There's some straggling fabric there, which is also unusual for IT, but lately it's been more common. So I do see them kind of cheapening out on us on some parts of these dolls, especially with this doll. Well, it makes sense. They have to save some cost somewhere else, but I feel like we've been seeing it more and more lately. And here, let's go analyze these shorts, like examine them. So this is what I'm referring to. So usually if we get shorts like these from Integrity Toys, they're usually like lined and nicely stitched even on the inside. This just looks unfinished to me, and especially on those edges, and you can see them. Ugh, I don't know, it's really bugging me that those shorts just looks nice all put together, but when you really examine the finishing touches, which IT tend to be known for, it just looked like they really rushed and cheapened things, and especially with the buttons as well. And we actually don't get those little mini buttons that we used to. That's a little annoying to me. But I must say, she is a gorgeous doll. Her face is gorgeous, and if I didn't mention, the skin tone of this doll is actually light honey, and we don't usually get a lot of light honeys. But it's time for redressing. Let's go ahead and redress her to this little white sheer beaded dress. So this dress is from LDS, which stands for Little Dress Shop. That is the Facebook page name for this doll dress designer, LDS, Little Dress Shop. You can find them on Facebook. So one of the first look we are going to try on, we're going to call her St. Barths. For St. Barths, Poppy Parker is basically this kind of like white sheer beaded dress that we got from LDS, and let's see how it looks. Also, I don't know if you guys notice, usually mostly tanner or dark skin tone dolls especially will look good on not only bright and colorful clothing, but also they look divine in white. So that is one of my favorite things to do, is actually put darker dolls, make sure or redress them, restyle them wearing pale colors, or my favorite is definitely white. Putting them in white just makes them more divine looking in my eyes. That's like one styling tip. If you are dressing up or restyling a darker skin tone dolls, definitely think of white or think of bright colors, because those will definitely stand out and pop on those dolls. So what we're doing now are just like kind of tying the back just to make sure it fits. I think this doll is actually meant for like an FR because it's a little looser, and then the bust size seems to be is more meant for a bustier doll. So I don't know if you see the fit is a little off on Poppy Parker, but maybe in another video we'll try this on another doll, especially FR, or you'll probably see it on Facebook. I'm sorry, not Facebook, on Instagram if you follow me on there. And of course it also came with this little rose choker that I am in love with, I am obsessed with. Of course it has a zipper back. I don't think she actually needs some sort of teddier underwear underneath it. And as you can see, we are actually using the shoes from Iconic Moment because I feel like it just works with a whole sheer and silver moment with the dress, and the shoes kind of like complements the dress. So this is redress or restyle number 1. We'll definitely be doing a couple. I think we're doing like 3 on this, but here she is. Here is Sunkissed and St. Barths wearing LDS, Little Dress Shop, and the outfit is more like a beaded sequined mini dress. And I do love those shoes. All right, so we can move on to the next look. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think of the dress? Definitely let me know in the comments. And here is the second dress from LDS as well. This time it's like the longer version. It's a top and a longer skirt. I do love this one. The fit on this one is so much better. Aside from the fit, I feel like it just looks divine on her, and it just looks more elegant because it's longer. And I don't know if you notice, I actually also kind of wash the hair. I basically just wash the hair. I didn't use any shampoo. I just washed the hair gel, I think the hair styling gel off of it, just to give it some sort of like softness. And here is the third look we're putting on her. We are putting this like romantic dress by Gliza, and basically it's like a flowy sleeve. It's also giving some sort of like, I would say a Snow White vibe, but in white. But really my most favorite part of this dress is the sleeve and how it's like it balloons. It just gives you a very romantic feel, and it kind of suits the little rose choker that she has on. Let me know what you guys think. This is probably my favorite look on her at the moment. Just something about this cream white silk charmeuse on her. It just looks so good on her skin tone. Like she's just giving you a luxury feeling. And of course, this whole styling was inspired by Junar dolls. Junar, your doll looks amazing on her white outfit from Fairy Tale. Just amazing, and thank you for the inspiration. Just look, I'm just like literally giving you guys a slow-mo view of this. Again, Gliza did such an amazing job giving that drama with the sleeve. It just looks gorgeous on her. And here she is again in her original look. And again, this was inspired from one of Jason Wu's runway looks from spring 2011, and I think it was the resort spring. I might need to recheck that again. But here she is. She's wearing that tan trench coat. She has the polka dot bow detail. She's wearing that white crisp shirt, and underneath that she's also wearing shorts. Accessory wise, she comes with this like blue-green purse and also a blue-green sling bag kitten heel with a bow detail. And here you can see again the closer look of that white button up she came with the shorts and then the black belt. And definitely let me know if you guys want this doll. Definitely let me know under the comments. And do we like this doll? Do we not like this doll? I think, like I said earlier, out of the 4, she is my favorite so far. And that is it for me for today. Thank you for watching. Later!